Oh my God, I love being motivated. I love being motivated. Me too. I love being motivated.
I have a confession to make. I am fat. Hi, I'm Dupree, the champion of authentic joy, here to be truly authentic with you. Yes, I am fat. My decision to make this video has a lot to do with this fat shaming video that came out and the fact that people are talking about it. And that's put a lot in my mind. As I watch rebuttals to it, as I watch people talk about it, as I read the comments for it. Being fat is honestly very weird. Especially when you're me, you're both fat and aware. I'm aware that I'm fat, I'm aware of what I'm doing that's making me fat. And a lot of times, I can see my brain shutting off so that I can eat more food because my body really wants to remain the same weight. I also notice how my mind justifies what it does, and it's amazing. The mind is really good at getting me to eat a lot of food. It's just outstanding. Honestly, it's extremely fascinating. And it's a constant struggle. And I'm working on constantly making it not a struggle, having fun with it and doing better. As of this year, I'm down 45 pounds and I feel great. I feel so much better than I did last year at this time. If you watch the video I made in June, where I talk about the beginning is what I realized what was going on, and that spurred me down to my path of being a joyously healthier person. The purpose of this video is to talk about more along the lines of talking to at least me as a fat person, as a person who's big. Number one, I don't mind calling myself a fat person because that is what I am. I am a person with a lot of fat on his body. It doesn't define who I am as a person. It doesn't define the size of my heart. It doesn't define who I love and how I love them. It does not define the actions that I do, but it is an accumulation of the actions and choices that I have made. But at the same time, it's also a reaction to many of the choices I've made, and some of them have been due to emotional reasons, and some of them are due to the fact that things escalated to a point where my body actually fights me to keep the same weight. Because one thing about losing weight that people tend to forget is that you're literally starving yourself and your body is cannibalizing itself by using the fat as energy that it had stored. And the body wants to keep that energy because it thinks it's going to need it. And when you use that energy, it wants it back when you don't need to use that energy anymore. So it does amazing things. For instance, there's been studies that show that it actually will make people feel depressed. It will send depressing chemicals up to the brain, making you all sad, so you'll eat more food. I only say that to bring awareness. Awareness, because number one, fat people know we're fat. 100%. I know it every time I look in the mirror. I don't need someone to tell me. I don't need somebody to point it out to me. I don't need it pointed out to me. I don't need a YouTube comment video to make fun of the fact that I'm fat to know that I'm fat. What happened with one of my videos made me feel so good. It's obvious. I don't look in the mirror and think, wow, I am very skinny. A lot of times I'm looking in the mirror, it's like, wow, why would anyone want to see me naked? And number two, that's not always enough to move forward. Yes, exercise and eating right is all one has to do, but the reality is this. If it was that easy, of course I would do it. It was so easy as to put down that donut, not buy that donut. I've heard this a lot, that all you have to do is eat right and then exercise. Well, that is partly true, but at the same time you have to really work on the mind and you have to work on the emotions, because all those exist to keep fat on. In fact, one thing they don't talk about a lot is when you lose weight, your body slows down its metabolism so that it's harder for you to lose weight. So if you want to that's why a lot of times when you lose weight, you plateau, and then you have to keep on pushing forward, and you want to keep pushing forward. You have to get to the point where the body just gets cracks, and you start losing weight again, which is really hard to go through when you're working your butt off, and for 2 months, you are working your butt off, and nothing comes off. And the sad part is especially number 3, is shaming doesn't work. I was remember reading one comment today, and one comment mentioned that we should put obesity signs like we do for cigarettes, which was one of the most ridiculous things I have ever read in my life. That does not work. I know there are a lot of people out there who champion fat and champion being big. And I understand that 100%. But at the same time, accepting someone for who they are, for where they are now, will not cause them to not change. In fact, the opposite is true. To shame somebody, to make someone feel bad for what they are, will make them stay how they are. Or, actually won't make them stay how they are, but it will help them stay as they are, to be more accurate. Because we all are personally responsible for who we are. But at the same time, anytime you shame someone, anytime you make someone feel bad for who they are, all you're doing is reinforcing that negative behavior. I heard this saying from Brene Brown. Giving shame to an addict is like giving salt water to a person who is dying of thirst. It seems like what they need, but you're actually poisoning them. Think about it logically. A lot of people eat because their emotions, and the emotion associated with eating is feeling bad. And making someone feel bad can make them want to eat. And when you are already struggling, when you're already pushing forward, because it's a constant push forward, it's a constant working on oneself, and it's constant because we need food to live. And it's constantly on my mind. There's not a day that goes by where I don't think about every meal that I have, that I don't have to tell myself, maybe I need to make a better choice. Do I really want to go eat a full rack of ribs, or should I make a better choice and cook some eggs with some broccoli, which for some reason I find very delicious? And imagine if you don't have this problem, but imagine having that thought like 15 times in 15 minutes of, you know what sounds good? A Jack in the Box. You know what sounds good? A QFC. You know what sounds good? And you're like, all right, let's push through, let's push through, let's push through, let's push through. And when something happens that can break that concentration, when something happens such as shaming that can, yes, it's me, yes, I am responsible. But for something simple as someone telling me that what I really just need to do is exercise and eat well, as if I don't know. As if I don't know how to lose weight. Because here's something for you thinner people out there. I've heard this saying on the first episode of Biggest Loser. And it was this. One thing fat people know is how to lose weight. And that is 100% true. One thing a big person has done is done his research or her research or their research on losing weight. They know what to do. They know exactly what to do. They don't need you to tell them what to do. And they don't need you to shame them into trying to do it. So what do you do if you want to help somebody? If you truly want to help somebody if you really want to help somebody make better choices in their life, I can tell you, it is very simple. Love them for who they are. When somebody feels loved, when someone feels cared for, they then can feel love from that person rather than feeling love from that tub of ice cream. And when you love somebody for who they are, it makes them want to improve. Think about your life. If you have someone championing you, telling you how good you're doing, telling you how awesome you are, don't you want to be more awesome? Don't you want to keep on doing what you're doing? It's really that simple. Champion them. And when they are slipping, when they do make a mistake, don't judge them. Don't tell them what they need to do. That never works for anything. One thing I learned as a coach is to ask, if you really want to help, just ask questions so that they can come up with what they do on their own. Because think about it, unless you're going to go on Scrubs and do the knock the food out of the hand diet all the time, once you stop telling them constantly, what are they going to do? Go back to their old habits. So help them come up with what they want to do on their own and champion them. Or invite them to something that you want to do, that is fun, that is exciting. Oh, I want to do this awesome food challenge, like a meltdown challenge, which you can see on meltdown.com. Would you like to do that with me? It'll be fun. We could do it together. We can build a community. Oh, do you want to do this 5K? I really want to do this 5K. Would you like to do this 5K with me? We'll work out together. We'll build up to it. I will stay with you. We can walk to, and it'll be super fun. Doing something together, because we are human beings. And one thing human beings are a social creature. And anytime you make someone feel outside of that social box, make them feel like a pariah, you're going to exacerbate the negative feelings. However, if you make them feel included, if you make them feel loved, if you make them feel part of the group, it will increase the chances of them making the right decisions to change their lives. Yes, I am Dupree, your champion of authentic joy. Right now, I am a fat person. I have fat on my body. I'm working on being happier. I'm working on being healthier every day. I'm very happy with where I am in comparison to where I was, always being, always becoming. And I look forward to where I am going. Look at you right now to tell you that I love you for who you are. Even if you're a fat-shaming jerk who are going to write a terrible comment, thank you for making my YouTube video more popular. I love you with all my heart. And I love everyone with all my heart. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for being you. Go out there and be the best you that you can be. Remember, be joy, be love, be awesome. Like this video, share this video, love this video, because I love you.
JoyousExpansion.com. JoyousExpansion.com. Come and say hello to Dupree. He is an inspirational life coach, good for you and good for me. He turned my life from grey to blue, I'm sure he'll do the same for you. Get in touch and you'll see your life will change dramatically. JoyousExpansion.com. JoyousExpansion.com. Yeah.